Hello, trading is closed on September 9th, 2022. Let's do our disclaimer, review our calls, make some predictions. It's my trading plan for Monday, September 12th, 2022. Please remember I can be completely wrong. Any trade should be made at your own risk. We said we needed to gap over yesterday's highs for the rally to continue. I said that was quite possible, and that's what happened. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this, and Monday's pattern should also have the early low. This is a review of what we said. Bulls needed to gap over resistance. These are the patterns I expect to see next week. Well, I didn't like the way that we closed today. We rallied all day, made a series of higher highs, couldn't hold on to any of them at the close. It can be thought of as a rejection of the highs, especially on a Friday. Not following through like this often carries through into Monday's open with a drop. Now, it doesn't have to. If we gap and take this high out fast, all that negativity goes away. But otherwise, I'm thinking this is a negative pattern. If we don't gap and take this high out, I think we'll see lower prices. Doesn't make me right. Well, this is the weekend. The weekend we usually look at the longer term picture. Let's do that. Now, this isn't the only count, but it's the one I'm using. We previously came up with a target somewhere around 3,700. Now that we've reversed off this price, you can see 3,700 is a Fibonacci target of the prior consolidation, and it gives credence to that number as being a place where this wave gray C down ends. So now our job is to figure out where this rally can end and keep this pattern intact. We had been counting it this way, ABC down, but that's not the only count. There's a different one where the waves all balance out, and at this point I can't tell you which one's right, but let's look at the other count. Instead of calling it an ABC, you can call it a 1, 2, and a 3. We're making wave 4, and if wave 4 ends around 41.1690, you won't overlap 1, and wave 5, if it ends around 37.0628, we have a good Fibonacci relationship with wave 1. It'll be twice wave 1, and all those things work. Let's focus in on the current rally. Well, here's our presumptive target around 41.1690. If that's 1 and that's 2 and that's 3, the idea is we're making an ABC, and at that price, 41.1690C is equal to exactly twice A. And 4, measured from its origin to its end, is 2.618 times wave 2. So that would be nice. Let's focus in on this wave going up. That's another chart. If we end around 41.1690, and that's an A and that's a B, you can see a good Fibonacci relationship between green C and green A, which should be 61.8% all the internal fibs work and all these waves. Now how they work here, I don't know. I don't think we'll go straight up because I think we just made an ending diagonal triangle, which is A, B, C, D, E. And if that's the right idea, which we don't know, the target is to retrace to the origin. That might mess things up. Of course, just because it looks like an ending diagonal triangle doesn't mean it is. I mean, this could be AB and that's A, and then you retrace to here instead of all the way down to here. You don't know at this point. But if it's an ending diagonal triangle, we should drop first. Not luck. Monday's pattern has a really low. It could still gap up. Day tends to be a rally day with a high in the final hour, but lately, a number of days in the cycle have shown weakness instead. And if it is weak, which we don't know yet, weakness should last beyond the day. Day-long rally couldn't manage a close over intraday highs. It's a sign of weakness, particularly on a Friday. Unless we gap and promptly overtake the high a day, I'd expect to see lower prices print, regardless of how we close. Now it's at least possible to count the afternoon as an ending diagonal triangle, and if that's right, the target is to correct to its origin. I don't have a count I like which shows the recovery ending here, but there is balance of the waves at around 41.1690 if my target around 3,700 is correct. And that's a price a reversal could occur if it prints at all. We don't know that yet. We're also entering a time of the year which the market has historically been weak. So I don't know what will happen in Monday's open. We gap up here, we can keep going up. But if we don't, I look for a retracement. I don't think that's the end of this advance, but if we were to hit 41.1690, would be resistance from the MEJT target, 26th of last month. In addition to having balance of the waves, would be a logical place to look for reversal. And if it works, that's an if, I think we could have a pretty rapid drop to the low 3700s. It's all speculation at this point. It's a plan. I can change it. Monday has the early low. And if we start out weak, could be quite weak and recover, but eventually this whole thing should lead to price in the 3700s if my count's right. And that's today's call.